An Introduction to Neuropia, a storybook created with love by Helen's children, dedicated to Neuro, who exhibits ambiguity at its finest. Once upon a time, in the cool city of Helenvilla, there lived a legendary figure named Neuro. Known far and wide as the best mafia boss around, he had a rather unique background that added to his charisma and charm. In his former life, Neuro had been a renowned idol and an incredibly talented breakdancer. He could effortlessly command the stage with his mesmerizing moves, captivating audiences wherever he went. Little did they know that behind the glitz and glamour, Neuro was honing his skills, preparing for a different kind of performance. With his intelligence and natural charm, Neuro became the absolute alpha in every room he entered, or so he thought. He loved asserting his dominance and was admired by many for his strong negotiation skills. No one could easily sway him, for he knew how to play his cards right and always came out on top. Now, Neuro had a peculiar quirk, one that made him both infamous and endearing. He had a broken ass, which seemed to bring about bizarre situations wherever he went. But Neuro never let it dampen his spirits. Instead, he embraced it with humor and used it as a source of laughter among his friends. Speaking of friends, Neuro's closest companions were collectively known as Canada. They were a diverse bunch with fantastic personalities who enjoyed eating fluffy pancakes and soaring the sky together. Through the years, they shared countless adventures and hilarious moments. However, there was one member of Canada, #1 cutie cookie Rowan, who Neuro had a knack for making cry. It wasn't intentional, of course, but Neuro's high level of callousness sometimes clashed with Rowan's sweet heart. Nonetheless, their friendship remained strong, and Neuro always made an effort to cheer Rowan up after their playful banter. We interrupt this broadcast for a special announcement. Neuro had a competitive spirit that burned within him. He loved a good challenge, but had a persistent streak of never quite winning first place, against Emily, that is. Still, he didn't let that deter him. He would laugh it off, vowing to improve and try harder next time, all while keeping his friends entertained with his relentless humor. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Neuro had an Amazon spaceship and a fancy Rolex. No one quite knew how he obtained them, but they only added to the enigmatic allure that surrounded him. He would often joke about his intergalactic journeys and his precise timing with the help of his trusty Rolex. But amidst all these eccentricities, there was one constant: Neuro's love for bread. Whether it was a freshly baked baguette or a warm, doughy roll, he couldn't resist the temptation. His friends would often find him with a loaf in hand, his eyes gleaming with delight as he indulged in his favorite carb-filled treat. And if there was one thing that Nero's friends found both amusing and bewildering, it was the fact that his knees emitted the delightful aroma of fresh, buttery popcorn. It became a running joke within Canada, with each member attempting to decipher the mystery behind his popcorn-scented knees. In the end, Nero's confident and entertaining persona made him a beloved leader in Helen Villa. He may not have won every competition or escaped his broken-ass mishaps, but he never failed to bring a big smile to the faces of those around him. Nero, the charismatic former idol turned mafia boss with his Wah and his Canada crew, continued to conquer the city with laughter, bread, and the occasional popcorn-scented knee. And that, my friends, is the end of our story. Thank you for listening. I was your host, Adam from 11 Labs, and I was happy to be part of this awesome project. Happy birthday, Nero! Until next time, let's go!